7 o'clock, I'd like to call the meeting in order. Please rise for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
This is a ding-dong thing. Okay, roll call. So just let it be known that council members Brungart, Kowalski, and Garvey are absent tonight, but we do have a quorum, so that's good. Okay, item number 1 is old business. Regular meeting minutes of April 2nd, 2026 were provided for review. So I need a motion to approve the regular meeting minutes of April 2nd, 2026 as presented.
So moved. Second.
A motion and a second. Call the roll.
Mr. Pierce?
Yes.
Ms. Hatcher?
Yes.
Mr. Gardner?
Yes.
Mr. Kirby?
Yes.
Mr. Robinson?
Yes.
Motion passed. Item number 2 is a continuation of public hearing for the Southtown Center Community Improvement District. City Council opened the pub.
Keep going, sorry. We're letting people into the Zoom meeting.
Yeah. The City Council opened a public meeting on April 2nd, 2026 for the proposed Southtown Center Community Improvement District, CID. This item continues that public hearing so the council can receive any final comments. So I need a motion to continue the public hearing on the proposed Community Improvement District.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Call the roll.
Mr. Pierce?
Yes.
Mrs. Hatcher?
Yes.
Mr. Gardner?
Yes.
Mr. Kirby?
Yes.
Mr. Robinson?
Yes.
Motion passed. Public hearing is now open. Is there anyone from the public that would like to speak on this topic? No takers, so I need a motion to close the public hearing.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Call the roll.
Mr. Pierce?
Yes.
Mrs. Hatcher?
Yes.
Mr. Gardner?
Yes.
Mr. Kirby?
Yes.
Mr. Robinson?
Yes.
Motion passed. Public hearing is closed. Next item is audience participation. Is there anyone in the audience who would like to address the council on an item that is not on the agenda tonight? No takers? Presentations. National Library Week proclamation. A proclamation in recognition of the National Library Week on April 19th through the 25th, 2025. Emily Stratton will be present to receive the proclamation.
Hi.
Oh.
Hey, Emily. I have to read the proclamation first. Okay, today's libraries are not just about books, but what they have for and with people. Libraries of all types are the hearts in cities, towns, schools, and campuses. Libraries have long served as trusted and treasured institutions where people of all backgrounds can be together and connect. Libraries and librarians build strong communities through transformative services, programs, and expertise. Libraries which promote free exchange of information and ideas for all are cornerstones of democracy. Libraries promote civic engagement by keeping people informed and aware of community events and issues. Librarians and library workers partner with other civic organizations to make sure their community needs are being met. Libraries and librarians empower their communities to make informed decisions by providing free access to information. Libraries are a resource for all members of the community, regardless of race, ethnicity, creed, ability, sexual orientation, gender identity, or socioeconomic status, by offering services and educational resources that transform lives and strengthen communities. Libraries, librarians, library workers, and supporters across America are celebrating National Library Week. Therefore, the City of Lansing, State of Kansas, proclaims National Library Week, April 19th through 25th, 2026, and encourage all residents to visit the library this week and explore what's new at your library and engage with your librarian. Because of you, libraries transform. I think we have the official proclamation. signed by me. So if you want to hold that. About done there, Connie? All right, just check. You want to say anything? Okay, new business. Item number 4 is Leavenworth County Veterans Treatment Court. Initial grant funding for Leavenworth County Veterans Treatment Court is expiring. As a result, representatives from the VTC have been approaching agencies to keep this resource for local veterans open. City staff was approached by the representative of the VTC regarding utilizations of the city's funds from the Kansas Fights Addiction Act, or the KFA. These funds are allocated from the nationwide opioid settlement to the state, which the state then allocates to participating municipalities, Municipalities Fight Addiction Fund, or the MFAF, based on population. These funds have stringent limitations and can only be utilized for things that directly treat or fight addictions. The city has capacity to allocate $12,000 to the VTC. This would be an eligible use of the funds, and this could be used to help fund a defense attorney for the VTC and over half of the mentor coordination, and half of the mentor coordinator, just a half a person, for the VTC. So their salary, I guess. So I need a motion for a one-time allocation of $12,000 to the Leavenworth County Veterans Treatment Court.
So moved. Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. Any discussion on this? There are some representatives from the VTC here.
I do.
If you have some questions.
I do, if somebody's here.
Somebody wants to answer.
This says this is initial funding. How long is this program?
So the Leavenworth County Veteran Treatment Court was established the end of 2023.
Okay.
The funding came from a grant that was awarded to the Office of Judicial Administration, and then a second grant that was awarded to the County Attorney's Office. Those two are coming to the end of their 4-year grant period. So we are seeking other funding sources for sustainability of the program.
Is this a one-time, or is this going to be, do you apply for a grant every 4 years, or how do you do that? How do you?
We're looking at various sources for funding to sustain the program. A lot of that is focused on things like municipalities fights addiction funds. We also get support from other local agencies, the Leavenworth City County Alcohol and Drug Abuse Prevention Council, Child Abuse Prevention Council, other agencies we collaborate a lot with, 501c3s, the Humane Society. We have now a Vets and Pets program. We have a Friends and Family Support Network that is supported by the Guidance Center and Sunflower Healing and Recovery. And that's open to everybody in Leavenworth County who is a friend or a family member of a veteran. So if you consider Lansing's veteran population is 16% of the total population, that's about 1,811 people. If you add their friends and family onto that, we're talking a large number of people in Lansing that we're offering services to.
Yeah, so Kevin, I think what Kevin's getting at is what's a long-term sustainability. So if this is a one-time grant we're providing, and then it's just, okay, we gave them a grant. Or are you looking for some of that funding every single year from the municipalities? Because that would change not this year's allotment, but we also use that funding for other things that we use to support with. So it would help us kind of figure out, okay, maybe we can allocate X amount every year until those funds run out for us.
We would definitely be approaching you to see if, because the funds continue to come in from the opioid settlement, to see if you would continue supporting us, particularly for the defense attorney and mentor coordinator positions, because they are so crucial to the functioning of our program. Without those two positions, we literally could not continue to have the Veterans Treatment Court.
Okay.
Is there going to be any federal funding available in the future? Federal.
Funding, the state is looking at applying for another Bureau of Justice Administration grant, but it is under an expansion. So a lot of that focus is for opening up other courts throughout the state of Kansas. It's possible that we could get some funding from that. I've listed with them a request for funding to help pay for our drug testing, because we do frequent drug testing on our participants, and also to have some funds for people who are not currently eligible for treatment through the VA. Although we are working in a collaborative effort with the KU legal department. They have a new program that we can refer our veterans to help them either upgrade or change the status of their VA eligibility to be able to get more services.
Kevin, I'm sorry I interrupted you.
No,
Go
it's
ahead.
okay. I saw where you have pretty narrow eligibility requirements. And on your incentives, one of them is a graduation ceremony. Is a person, once they graduated another year or two down the road, are they allowed to re-enter the program if they need to? The same person?
Yeah, in fact, it was identified across the nation that one of the gaps in the specialty court, veteran treatment court program was what happens to the veterans once their case is completed. Because when they complete the case, their charge is expunged. And then what has historically happened is, you're done, good luck, congratulations. Well, what we've done here in Leavenworth County is we've developed a veteran support group, so that as long as the veterans are attending the veteran support group on a regular monthly basis, they're considered in our aftercare. So we continue to provide services to them.
Okay, so they graduate, they're in a support program, and something happens, can they go back through the program again? That's what.
Yes, if they had a need, or saying if they became involved with the court system again, they could reapply, as long as the charge and their criminal history meets the criteria.
Right.
Because we only take cases that are already designated to be probation eligible, and our program is more intense than even the intensive supervision program. It's voluntary, so yeah, if they want us, we're here for them.
I see that you're still new, so you probably haven't had that happen yet.
Not yet.
Okay. And the $12,000, what other costs are considered in that, or that you come with?
So what the $12,000 represents is when a current grant is scheduled to expire in January, it will finish out the fiscal year, which our fiscal year runs July 1 to June 30th. It will finish out the fiscal year to continue covering the defense attorney funding and half of the mentor coordinator. I've already found funds for the other half of the mentor coordinator position. And as far as other things that we're needing,
Yeah, what I'm asking, like if you're asking for $12,000 and this covers X amount, is the total amount like $80,000 or?
No, the total amount for unfunded, like my position, we're hoping will be retained with the Office of Judicial Administration. But the unfunded that we're going to have to seek funds for each year is about $50,000.
Okay. That's all I have.
Anybody else? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
And we also have the directors of our foundation, which is a 501c3, federally recognized tax-exempt nonprofit, and that's Todd Thompson, Marty Crow, and Amy Bateman. Amy Bateman started out with Greg Robinson as defense attorneys for the VTC. She's still our defense attorney, And so she knows a lot about that if you have any questions regarding that specific role.
I think we're good.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's the least we can do.
I like your question, Tony, about sustainability and future
Right.
requests. I'd like to nail that down a little bit if we could.
Yeah, I mean, we could probably do that at a work session.
Yeah.
Tim can kind of run the numbers on what we spend every year, and then so we're not doing a one lump sum and then see you later kind of thing. Okay, so we have a motion and a second. Call a roll.
Mr. Pierce?
Yes.
Mrs. Hatcher?
Yes.
Mr. Gardner?
Yes.
Mr. Kirby?
Absolutely.
Mr. Robinson?
100% yes.
Okay,
You guys want to take
motion passed.
the group at all?
Motion
That would be
passed.
great.
So congratulations.
You guys want to take a picture with
Okay, item number 5.
We're gonna
They
take
want
a
a
photo, I think.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Photo op.
What are we doing?
I don't know, ask them.
Doing a photo opportunity?
Do it up here.
What are we doing?
Going down here. You're going to take a picture with them?
Okay, and you're totally welcome to stay for the rest of this very long meeting, or you can depart whenever you feel like it. Okay, item number 5 is the Lansing Library Board appointment. Tom Lujan and Sharon Mueller have applied for a reappointment to the Lansing Community Library Board to serve another 4-year term ending on 30 April 2030. Wow, 2030. It doesn't sound right. So I need a motion to approve the Lansing Community Library Advisory Board reappointments of Tom Lujan and Sharon Mueller to terms ending on April 30th, 2030.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Okay. Everybody's good with that? Sounds like. Call the roll.
Mr. Pierce?
Yes.
Mrs. Hatcher?
Yes.
Mr. Gardner?
Yes.
Mr. Kirby?
Yes.
Mr. Robinson?
Yes.
Okay, motion passed. Thank you, Tom and Sharon. Ordinance number 1146, creation of the Southtown Center Community Improvement District. Ordinance number 1146 would create the Southtown Center Community Improvement District for property at Lot 1, Lansing Town Center, second replat. The ordinance would allow a 2% CID sales tax within the district to help reimburse eligible project costs for the Southtown Center project on a pay-as-you-go basis. The project includes approximately 81-room hotel, related site work, and other eligible improvements. The ordinance also approves a related development agreement. And, yeah, I think we struck the real estate contract. So I need a motion to adopt ordinance 1146, creating the Southtown Center Community Improvement District, approving the project improvements and financing method, and authorizing the related development agreement.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Josh is here to answer.
I do.
And we have the developer on Zoom, and
Okay.
then Chanel is here from Gilmore and Bell, who will be able to say everything correctly, unlike me.
All right.
Josh, I looked into this. We had a previous developer asked for 1% CID, and this one it asked for a 2%. When I looked into it, in Kansas, 2% is the max they can ask for. Did I look deep enough into that? That's correct?
2%, I think, is the max for
Okay.
CID.
All right.
I think we have seen throughout the state, hotels get 2% on a fairly regular basis.
Well, I was just wondering, like, one will ask for 1%, one asks for 2%. Are we going to go 3, 4, 5, or
Nope.
whatever?
Two is it.
Okay.
At the outset of this, the state has a really nice Excel spreadsheet that shows all of the sales tax rates as well as all the different CIDs throughout the state. And Josh and I looked at that kind of at the outset, and there's a lot of new hotels that have requested a 2% CID. So we felt like it was relatively common.
Okay, thank you.
I remember you saying that before.
And then it gets them back on the tax roll a little bit sooner. That falls off the more taxes it brings in.
So, and just to be clear, this doesn't affect the city sales tax. City's not giving up anything.
Correct. This is on
Okay.
top for people only who go to the hotel.
I just want to be sure that
Yep.
people understand we're not giving any sales tax money.
That's a great
we will-
point, because I got calls about that, and they
Yeah.
wanted to know exactly that question, so that's perfect. Thank you.
And that, like Josh had said, the prospects are on Zoom if anyone has any questions for them as well.
Well, I looked them up on the internet, the company, and I was very impressed with what I saw. They're, as far as I can tell, they're a nationwide company. They own, manage, and run a multitude of motels. In fact, I found 3 in Kansas, Liberal, Hayes, and Kansas City, Kansas, which I would assume is at the Legends. So,
That would be an excellent question for Mr. Multani.
okay.
But because I don't know.
Yes, sir.
It is down at the Legends, the Fairfield Inn, down at the Legends in Kansas
Yes,
City?
sir.
Okay. I'm trying to see which one I should be looking at.
This one.
Okay. Well, and the point, because it's brought up to me that we had a Holiday Inn before, and we don't. And there are reasons we don't have that Holiday Inn anymore that had nothing to do with the city.
Correct.
And like I say, if you go to their website and you can read up about it and see all the things they're doing, I mean, I think we're dealing with somebody who obviously knows what they're doing.
Yeah. In fact, to tag on to that, Holiday Inn Express, or IHG, the overarching company, reached out to the city. That's how this partnership came to be. They reached out to us saying, "Do you have any land?" I said, "Hey, we actually do." And then a couple of months later, Mr. Multani and his group knocked on my door, virtual door. We had a couple of emails. They came out, and here we are.
Okay. Well, I'm excited about it. I think we've got the right company running the show. Feel good about that based on what I can find on the internet.
You can have this built before the, no, just kidding.
Before the World Cup,
Yeah.
they'd have
Probably
to break
not.
some land speed
Yeah.
records there. I don't think so.
They'll be ready to go when the Chiefs move on.
Yes.
Let's hope so.
I'm glad to
Okay.
have them.
All right. Anybody else got any questions? Or I think we're good. Josh? So we have a motion and a second. Call the roll.
Mr. Pierce,
Yes.
Ms. Hatcher,
Yes.
Mr. Gardner,
Yes.
Mr. Kirby,
Yes.
Mr. Robinson.
Yes.
Motion passed.
Thank you,
Okay.
everyone.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Item number 7 is public hearing industrial revenue bonds. A public hearing for Resolution B3 2026, resolution of intent for industrial revenue bonds for Town Center Lansing LLC. This public hearing was published and notice was given to Leavenworth County and USD 469. So I need a motion to open the public hearing on Resolution B3 2026, the resolution of intent for an IRB.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? And this is a public, so. Anybody want to talk about this topic? Industrial revenue bonds. It's pretty exciting.
Public?
What's that? Yeah, the public. I didn't see anybody from the public, so I'm looking at you guys now.
Sure.
so.
Josh? Sir. I appreciate you taking the time. You know, we met and I told you that I was going to say, you know, because this was new to me, and I understand that a lot of this happened in an executive session prior to myself coming on to the council. And my only concern was, if we do this, how many other businesses are going to come with a handout saying, well, you did it for them, how about us?
Yes.
And your answer was, this is something that we as a council will have to decide. You know,
Yes,
and
sir.
you just, I understand you have to pay to play. I understand that, you know, and I think this is a great, just like you were saying, Gene, this is great for the city. I'm really looking forward to it. We just have to be careful going forward.
Can you explain the IRBs and
Yeah.
how they actually work?
We're not.
So everybody is up to speed on
Sure.
how the process works. They're
And
bonds. We're not paying the bonds
We're
from the
not.
city.
We're not.
I will let Chanel, the expert,
Yeah,
handle that.
Chanel,
So,
please.
Yeah, of course, Mayor. Chanel Perez with Gilmore and Bell. We represent the city as your bond counsel. So I can just briefly go over like the statutory mechanism of IRBs. So IRBs are essentially an incentive granting vehicle, is what we like to say. And they allow for two different types of incentives. That's a up to 10-year property tax abatement and a sales tax exemption on construction materials and furniture fixings and equipment during the construction period. Now, the structure of IRBs or industrial revenue bonds can be kind of tricky. The term bonds in this context is kind of a misnomer in that the bonds are very different from any other type of bonds the city is able to issue. So here, the IRBs are really just a vehicle in order to access those incentives, the property tax abatement and the sales tax exemption. It's not a vessel for construction financing as you'd typically see with a bond issuance. So here, the developer will be using their own private debt and equity to finance their project, and then they'll essentially go back to the city council and they'll buy their own bond in order to access these incentives. So important to note is that there's no credit impact on the city for issuing IRBs, and there's no obligation for the city to repay IRBs in any way. So with that, I can answer any other questions.
Sure.
That help, Chris? Or?
It does. How much property tax relief do they get over the 10 years?
It's a great question, council member. So this is an 100% property tax abatement. Sometimes that's backfilled with pilot payments or payments in lieu of tax. That's not contemplated here. However, under the statute, there is 8 mills. The 8 mill school district capital outlay is always shielded, so the school district for those 8 mills will remain unharmed.
Understood. And also, an IRB, it's just the city. The city, we can approve this. Whereas if it was RHI, you can't use RHI. I'm just saying, but it doesn't have to go through the school board or the county.
That's correct. The school district and county had notice rights, but under the statute, they do not have any veto rights.
Correct. And what I was referring to, what I was referring to is the 10 years, 100%. You know, you have 7 or 8 businesses, 10 businesses or whatever coming in doing it 10 years. That's property taxes that are not coming to the city for 10 years. And that's what concerned me. Go ahead, Tim.
Just what I was going to mention really quick. So statute requires us when we do this to do a third-party cost-benefit analysis. And so that's included in the council packet. I'm not sure if our guy is... He's not right now. Okay. So there's a third-party cost-benefit analysis that's in the council packet. So that kind of shows you guys in real dollars generally what the property tax back to that person would be. However, if you guys look at page, I think it's 58 of the council packets, you know, you can see, and obviously these are projections. It could perform better, it could perform worse, but you can see estimates of sales taxes, transient guest taxes, utilities, and things like that. So that's when we did that cost-benefit analysis. It did show a real positive impact to the city, even though there is a property tax rebate.
Well, I think you have to look at it as playing long ball here. You're giving up something for 10 years, but then in 10 years, you're going to have the property taxes of a hotel appear on the books overnight.
I mean, I get it, just like Monroe Manor.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
If they don't leave,
if what?
if their business doesn't fail.
Well, keep in mind,
Yeah.
even if something happens with the hotel, it's still on the property tax rolls. So keep that in mind.
Yeah, I think both of these banks that are on the town center corners were given a 10-year was it a 10-year tax abatement back when they started this town center, like 20 years ago, and then nothing grew up from those two. You don't get nothing out of a bank. You put your money in there. So, I mean, they finally came on the tax rolls, and I forget when we were on the council.
Yeah.
So,
the assessment doesn't stop. So, I mean, to your point, I don't know your
Miss
last
Hatcher.
name.
Miss Hatcher.
Miss Hatcher. It's still getting assessed, even if a business were to fail.
Yeah.
The
But if
property
it
levy-
fails, we're not going to get the other tax benefits. So, you know, 10
Sales
years.
tax
Yeah,
and all
sales
that.
tax and all the utilities that he just talked about is what
Well,
I
I
was
understand
pointing
it,
out.
but then again, it's probably going to get sold somewhere. If the business fails, then somebody else is probably going to come in and pick it up.
yeah, kind of like Holiday Inn turned into Sparks down there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, typically those buildings, somebody will take them over because they're tough to build.
And Mayor, one last concern I had.
Yeah.
This is an 81-room hotel, which will be 4 stories, and we do not have any 4-story buildings currently in Lansing. So that, Chief, that goes to our mutual aid agreement with Leavenworth, and I understand that we have a mutual aid with Leavenworth. How often do we practice or work with that plan?
So currently, we have a mutual aid agreement with the city of Leavenworth. I am currently working on an auto aid agreement with the city of Leavenworth.
Okay.
We have an auto aid agreement with Fairmont Township and Baser, which, and I've talked to their chief, that if this does go into play, we can set it up that if we have something, a fire or something like that at that facility, that they will bring their ladder truck to us. Same way, once the agreement's in place with Leavenworth, it'll be the same thing, that they'll bring a ladder truck out here.
Gotcha. I kind of knew the answer to that.
Yeah,
I just wanted it on.
It's been set up, we have, before, when we had it with Leavenworth, that's the way Sparks was set up. They didn't bring a pumper, they brought their ladder truck. So,
Appreciate it.
One thing to add too on a commercial building like this, completely sprinkled with building
Mhm.
codes, you know what I mean? So that's one more thing I think that gives us a little bit of peace of mind. So, were you
Absolutely.
going to say something, Josh?
No, if you have any questions about the analysis, the financial analysis, Mr. Robb, who performed the analysis, is on the line now. So.
On the cost, anybody got a
Cost-benefit
question on the
analysis.
cost-benefit analysis,
No.
CBA? No, we're good.
Questions on that?
Okay, any other discussion on this one? Okay, and I need a motion to close the public hearing.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to close the public hearing. Call the roll.
Mr. Pierce,
Yes.
Mrs. Hatcher,
Yes.
Mr. Gardner,
Yes.
Mr. Kirby,
Yes.
Mr. Robinson.
Yes.
Okay, the public hearing is now closed. Item number 8 is Resolution B3, 2026, Resolution of Intent for Industrial Bonds for Town Center Lansing LLC. Resolution B3, 2026 states that the city's intent to issue industrial revenue bonds in an amount not to exceed $10,065,373 for Town Center Lansing LLC. Bonds would help finance land construction, equipment costs for approximately 81-room hotel, and related improvements south of West Mary Street and west of Center Drive. So I need a motion to adopt Resolution B3, 2026, stating that the city's intent to issue industrial revenue bonds for Town Center LLC.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? I think we just had the discussion.
I
But
think we did.
yeah. Okay, call the roll.
Mr. Pierce,
Yes.
Mrs. Hatcher,
Yes.
Mr. Gardner,
Yes.
Mr. Kirby,
Yes.
Mr. Robinson.
Yes.
Motion passed. Item number 9 is commercial real estate sales contract with Town Center LLC for Lansing Town Center Lot 1. A commercial real estate sales contract between the City of Lansing and Town Center Lansing LLC for the sale of approximately 2.5 acres identified as Lot 1 of Lansing Town Center, second replat, for the development of a nationally recognized hotel project. Proposed purchase price is $87,500 with a $1,500 earnest money and the balance due at closing. The draft contract includes 150-day due diligence period, closing within 30 days after the due diligence period. So I need a motion to approve the commercial real estate sales contract between the City of Lansing and Town Center Lansing LLC for the sale of Lot 1 of Lansing Town Center second replat for hotel development, and to authorize the mayor to execute the contract and related closing documents.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion on this? No discussion. Call the roll.
Mr. Pierce?
Yes.
Mrs. Hatcher?
Yes.
Mr. Gardner?
Yes.
Mr. Kirby?
Yes.
Mr. Robinson?
Yes.
Motion passed. Item number 10 is 2026 mill and overlay bids. Bids were solicited and 5 companies submitted bids. The itemized breakdown of alternate 4 line items removing the asphalt and pavement striping shows a cost for concrete curbs to be approximately $230K. Performing this work in 2026 will allow for us to address the asphalt pavement in 2027 in the base bid. I'm glad you're here to explain that, Mike. So I need a motion to accept the unit prices for the base bid and alternate 3 and award the bid to Little Joe's Asphalt for $777,801.95 with a $5 project contingency, with a 5% project contingency. Also to direct Public Works to enter into negotiation with Little Joe's Asphalt for the rehabilitation of concrete curb and gutter identified in alternate 4 not to exceed $230,000.
So moved.
It's a long motion.
Yeah.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Mike is here to answer them.
We've dealt with we haven't had any issues with Little Joe's before, have we?
Little Joe's has been our vendor in the past.
Yeah.
We've had very successful projects with them in the past.
This went out for bid. And this is the lowest bid. Is that how we?
Yes, this is the low bid. With the exception of extenuating circumstances, we always recommend the low bid. As you can see, it was really close. It was within, approximately $10,000 between the two, which is pretty close. But and then we are doing a little bit weird in that we're going to try to do the curbs on Mary Street this year, so that if we bid Mary Street again, we can just do asphalt mill and overlay. It's actually been an alternate that has not been able to be selected due to budget constraints for the last 2 years. So we're just taking, I guess, what you call bite of the apple to get a little bit closer. And for context, we did this in Town Center. We've replaced all the curbs in Town Center. And some of the reason we haven't done the mill and overlay on Town Center yet is with development pressure, we'd kind of like to get that built and then put a brand new coat of asphalt on it.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
Nope. Thanks, Mike.
All right, I have a motion and a second. Call the roll.
Mr. Pierce?
Yes.
Mrs. Hatcher?
Yes.
Mr. Gardner?
Yes.
Mr. Kirby?
Yes.
Mr. Robinson?
Yes.
Motion passed. Item number 11 is parking lot for 730 First Terrace. Bids were solicited for parking lot rehabilitation at 730 First Terrace. This project was selected as a CNS item for the 2026 budget for $50K, with a plan to address the entire parking lot in 3 sections over 3 years. After internal staff review, the option to address both using these prices is being presented as a potential future cost-saving alternative. So what that is saying is 2 of the 3 sections, right?
That is correct.
Okay, it just kind of reads weird. So I need a motion to accept the low bids for both option A and B from Liner Weaver Construction in the amount of $125,273.50 with a 10% project contingency at the proposed apportionment formula.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? I want to know what the proposed apportionment formula is, but
It's listed above. It's where we're going to use capital reserve funds for 50% of the east side and the library funds for the south parking lot and 50% of the east side. Essentially, we're going to be using reserve funds.
it's a mixed funds. Okay.
It's a mixed funds. It's
Okay.
partially paid for out of library reserve, partially paid for out of the CNS that was identified in the budget, and partially paid for out of capital reserve.
Okay.
And Beth is the one who helped me put the numbers
Yeah.
together. So just so you know that somebody that's good with numbers was working on it.
Yeah. This is the library and public works and
Yes.
CD. Sorry,
Yes,
I have to
yes.
throw you in there.
Well, we are
Yeah, Josh's parking lot too.
we are not
I
addressing
know.
the north
We're
side.
not. We're not really doing Josh's, but sorry, Josh.
Well, it's work that needs to be done, and if we can, the more we can bite off now, the better off we'll be in the long run.
And the bids were very competitive. We are excited about the opportunity to do this.
Okay. No questions. Got a motion and a second. Call the roll.
Mr. Pierce?
Yes.
Mrs. Hatcher?
Yes.
Mr. Gardner?
Yes.
Mr. Kirby?
Yes.
Mr. Robinson?
Yes.
Motion passed. Department heads. We have quite a few in here. Anybody have anything for the council?
I got something real quick. Something I did not brief you guys on is that we have a new event planner. If you don't know, Leslie Welch, the former assistant city clerk, is now our event planner. And as a part of that, she has come in with a couple of great ideas. This one was started by Denise Souza before she left the city. We're looking to add a couple of events, but the first one out of the gate that it looks like we're going to do is an Oktoberfest style event out at Kenneth Bernard. And more details will be forthcoming on that, but block out September 19th for right now. And
What date?
September 19th. And more details
That's
will...
a September fest. We don't have anything for
according to Leslie, technically it is actually the start of the German Oktoberfest.
Oh, okay.
I don't understand, but despite my last name, I don't understand German culture. So, but I can go out and enjoy the music and the other things that might be out there. Maybe. Anyway, so more details to come on that, but we're kind of excited about that.
Yeah.
It'll be a good way to energize the community. So.
All right. Thanks, John.
Well, first thing comes up, the fishing derby, which is just about right around the corner. So
First Saturday in May. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. City attorney.
Nothing to report legally, Mayor, except though, in reference to Oktoberfest, it's called Oktoberfest because it ends on the first Sunday in October.
Okay.
all the things I didn't
He's
know
in.
about Oktoberfest.
Didn't know that.
But it's in September, but ends on the
I
first
can't wait to
Sunday.
get home and tell Debbie what I learned tonight.
Now, there you go.
That was good legal advice. Okay. City administrator.
So a couple things. The Earth Day cleanup, that is next Wednesday. We're starting at 8:30 a.m. We're meeting on the community center side of this building. That is a court day, so if you come to this side of the building, it will be packed with people here for court. So we'd love to have any elected officials join us who want to. We're meeting Wednesday at 8:30 on the community center side of the building. We will do that for about 2.5 hours. We'll wrap up around 11. We'll have pizza, and then everyone will disperse back to their duties. So we would love to have.
What's the route? Where are we going?
We have a few different areas that we're looking at going to.
Okay.
So yeah, there's several different areas.
Okay.
Do you need us to bring anything?
So we have maybe 40 or 50 trash pokers. We have trash bags. We have bottles of water and things like that. We will have vests for people who are close to road. And we're going to try to have employees do that anyway, employees who do stuff like that anyway. We wouldn't have Tish out on the highway or anything like that. But anyway, I don't think a resident or you guys would need to bring anything. We would just love to have people there who are willing to help and pick up trash for 2.5 hours.
Okay.
A few more things. Some of you guys might have read in the news. I think there's been a lot of turnover at KCC recently. So I know Josh has been doing a good job trying to keep the lines of communication open with them and just let them know if they have any questions or anything with what's going on to reach out. I think they're pretty busy with their downtown campus right now. And again, they've had a lot of turnover. I think they're on their third president in the last 2 months. So, but again, we are trying to keep tabs on what's going on with KCC, and we'll be prepared for whatever happens in the future. And then 2 little bits of bad news. So first, if you guys recall in our trash contract, Waste Management has the ability to request a rate increase due to inflation. As everyone knows, the last couple months especially, a lot of prices have gone up. So when it costs Waste Management more to pick up trash, they pass those costs on to their customers, which is us, which we then have to pass on to our customers and residents. We don't know what that rate increase will be yet. We think it'll be between 50 cents to $1 per month per person, but we anticipate that at some point in the next month, 2 months, 3 months, something like that. Again, that's not anything we have control over. That's purely Waste Management bringing that up because of inflationary expenses. So, any questions about all of that, Waste Management?
No, but thank you for letting us know about that. I think it's good that we get that word out to the citizens.
Virtually no costs have gone up for citizens, so that shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, I always hate that. Like, hey, inflation, so we're going to jack your rate up. It's like, well, I'm paying for the same gas you're paying for, so my rate's going up too. Frustrating.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Not a lot you can do about it, I get that.
Yeah, yes. And then the last thing I was going to mention to you guys, so we're getting preliminary numbers back on health insurance, and our health insurance provider is looking at raising the rates over 40%. So we are evaluating different carriers, different options, and different things that we can do. A rate increase at that amount, that's not really feasible for us. It just kind of frustrating. So we are looking at different health insurance options right now, and as we get more details, we'll try to keep you guys posted on all of that. So.
Is there any underlying reason for that?
They say we had an unprofitable year. So we had a few people get sick, I guess.
Yeah.
And that's all I have. Just wanted to keep you guys informed on that.
Thanks, Tim.
And you got to save the good stuff for your last point.
Yeah,
It's just,
I need to work on that.
It's kind of a
downer.
routine.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, we'll go around the horn. So starting with Chris.
We had a pretty good work session a couple of weeks ago. And I still, Chief, I still look forward to, working with you guys and providing you, with the tools that I can be helpful with. I just want to make sure that we are driving forward to make sure that we're prepared for anything that could happen, and make sure that I don't want, if something happens, that's the first time that all of us are trying to figure out what to do. That's my biggest thing. And that's one of the reasons I ran. That's one of the reasons I campaigned. And, Tim, I think I CC'd you on the email, and I want to stay on that big time. That's all I have.
I know Chief Wayman has been having some discussions with Chuck Magaha, and, I know there's discussions taking place. So I know they're...
and with the experience, I think I'm not sure if I mentioned it in the email, but, Chief has been here for 30 years, Chief? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't compete with that and Chuck. They have more experience with Leavenworth County and Lansing than I ever will. With all of us together, there's nothing we can't do. So I appreciate it. Thank you. That's all I have.
Okay, thanks, Chris. Rebecca.
I look forward to Earth Day, trash pickup.
Oh, we'd love to have you.
Thank you. That's about it.
Okay, thanks, Rebecca. Kevin?
I have nothing tonight, Mayor.
All right, Gene?
Well, believe it or not, I have a couple of things. What is the road work that's going to start on Monday? And how long is it going to last?
I believe that's KDOT doing a mill and overlay. Isn't it? It's several miles along K7. Is that
Yes,
right?
Kansas Department of Transportation is going to be doing a mill and overlay between the concrete section at Parallel Road and the bridge on Ida Street.
Okay.
They are supposed to provide us a press release as soon as they get that information. We'll be putting that out.
Because I know the message board's been out a while.
And we contacted them as soon as we saw the message board.
So they did that and we didn't know about it.
They're pretty much doing all the major arteries for the World Cup, I would suppose. I mean, they're doing all kinds of, they're everywhere.
Well, that's why
I mean, they're just putting
I had a couple of calls
asphalt.
Holiday Inn and what are they doing on the road? And so, okay. And the other question I have, or comment, these paver walls along Main Street on the west side, the walls that are made out of the pavers, you know what I'm talking about? The side, you've got the sidewalk, and then you've got those paver walls.
Like in the median?
No, they're on
by the bridge on the side?
They're up and down Main Street.
In front of the bank and in
Front of the bank and runs.
Oh, okay.
Put together with, who's responsible to maintain those?
I would guess the state, but I'm not positive.
Because what's happening in a lot of these yards and down the golf course is there are these trees that are growing up right behind those pavers. And if those trees aren't taken out, eventually they're going to start pushing those pavers out, and that's going to be a mess. And I just want to know before we get too far, who's...
Okay, are we talking on Eisenhower?
Well,
on the other
Eisenhower,
side of the
Main
golf?
Street. Yeah. In front of the bank, the liquor store, going north.
Okay.
Go north and look on the left, and you'll see.
Yeah, it's got like a little fence on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But trees are growing up behind those pavers, and those trees will get big enough at some point that they'll start pushing them pavers out. And when that happens, if we don't get it fixed today, who's responsible for fixing it? And taking your pruners and cutting that tree doesn't get the job either, because if you don't get the roots just keep growing. So I'm just wandering down the road because there's a couple of spots where the pavers are failing.
Okay. Yeah.
So
That's good to know. Thank you.
that's all I have.
Pete.
In honor of National Library Week, I'd like to thank all of our librarians. Thank you for being here tonight. Libraries enhance our lives, and they provide us an opportunity for lifelong learning. It doesn't matter how old we are, so thank you for everything you do. Please pass that along to you folks. I do have a concern. USD 469 voted to close their child care center on this past Monday. I had a couple of citizens in Lansing contact me. That child care at the school was very affordable. We're talking, it's for a week. Some child care facilities are asking over $700. Their fee was pretty reasonable at like $250. I don't know that this is a city problem, but I know that we're here to help our citizens, and I'd like to see us get a work session or get some people together to see what we can do to help encourage people to open new child care facilities either in our town or even in their homes. I'm not sure how to do that. I'm not an expert, but I do know that people are hurting. They need some help with child care relief. I checked with some of the local child care facilities. They have an over 1 year waiting list. And you know, if you get on there today and you need child care tomorrow, a year is no good for them. So let's get together as a community and help each other out. There's got to be some entrepreneur that's ready to open up a child care facility. Let's see if the city can help them make that happen. I don't even know what all the implications are, but I think we should try to help. But that's all I got, Mayor. Thank you.
Really quick on that too. I mean, we're actively talking to folks about opening up new child care facilities. However, it's tough when it's new construction that takes a year and a half, 2 years. You know what I mean? So even the times when we're talking to people about that, it doesn't really help out the people who are in that crunch that you're talking about. So
We're talking about 60 families. I'm not sure how many children. I received that number from a member on the school board, but we're looking at about 60 families that are affected. It could be, 1 kid per family or 4 kids per family. I don't know what that number is, but I know it's going to have an impact.
Yeah. We've been working to get more child care here for quite a while. I mean, I think we're getting close, but yeah, probably not in time. But yeah, there are things that we can do as far as incentives and, review the codes, maybe waive license fees, whatever it is that we can help incentivize somebody to come in. I mean, we could have a work session on, hey, what's the best way to go? In fact, in that Kansas magazine, there was a town here in Kansas that just went through this thing, and then as a community did all kinds of stuff, rechanged some codes, did some incentives, and got some child care. And I'll have to look that up.
Well, and the issue we had with a previous person who was interested in that was just the cost just to build a building was astronomical.
yeah, I mean, new construction is expensive.
Well, if I remember right, that's what stopped the last.
I mean, those would be perfect businesses to give a tax to. You know what I mean? It's actually taking care of kids and taking care of the citizens in that manner. So, I mean, we have those incentives. Can you build a child daycare center with a IRB?
I would assume so.
Okay. Well, I mean, I think it would be good to just brainstorm some ideas, whether we could, go through the codes with a fine-tooth comb, make sure we're not doing anything prohibitive that makes people not want to come to Lansing, and then what incentives we can actually offer them.
And we can get into this more. The state really controls child care and child care facilities. Our neighbors in Topeka are maybe not as easy to work with as the city is. So there's some pressures from that need to be addressed, and I know that there are groups working on that to make it easier to get child care. So just keep that in the back of your mind that we can do what we can, and we will, but there are other extenuating circumstances that make child care difficult specifically.
Yeah, so. I mean, it's something we can bring up to our senators too. So, okay, thanks, Pete. Anybody else? Going once. I need a motion to adjourn because Pete didn't give me one. But
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second. I apologize.
Have a motion and a second to adjourn. Call a roll.
Mr. Pierce?
Yes.
Mrs. Hatcher?
Yes.
Mr. Gardner?
Yes.
Mr. Kirby?
Yes.
Mr. Robinson?
Yes.
We are adjourned. Thank you.